Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how to clean the head strap and cushion on a Oculus Quest 2 that I bought secondhand. As you can see, this is not in the greatest of shapes cleaning wise, so it needs to come out and be cleaned with soapy water. It's not hot water, I think lukewarm is the term for it. So let's get to it. And also this came with this broken and also some sun damage on the screen. But yeah, it is what it is, win some, lose some. Let's just pull this out at the bottom. Because of this, for me it comes out extremely easily. Normally you have a clip here and a clip here, so you need to pull on it to release the clips. For me they kind of release by themselves because the middle is not stable anymore, and I think this just turned on by itself, so I kind of need to turn it off. Does it turn off? What does it show us? Yeah, let me see, I need to turn it off. Or it did? Yeah, it did. Okay, great. Also pull slightly on this. We need to release the clips at the top, and there's one on this side and one on the other side. Now this thingy is out and we can clean it with the water. Get it in there. Start removing this, the Velcro, and get everything out. It's not going to be happy going through, so you need to pull a little bit on it and make sure you do not scratch the lenses while doing all of this. On this thing, be back in a second, I'm not exactly sure how I can remove them. My guess was actually correct, but I didn't want to pull on anything to destroy it. So you grab onto this. This is the speaker. Do not grab onto this part, so only up to this line you can grab onto, and pull on it gently like this by also rotating a little bit, and it should be coming out like this. Do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Twist it a tiny bit and it comes out easier. And now this I will clean with a bit of paper and just a bit of alcohol. Do not touch the lenses. Those need to be cleaned mostly in the same way you'd clean your glasses, with some really soft cloth. And if you have any sort of spray on for glasses, you spray on the cloth and clean them, but you do not want to scratch these things. For us next, because this is the main purpose of the video, cleaning that will be just added. I'm using a really freaking soft brush, just slightly rubbing this to get all that grime out, but also this being sponge, you can squeeze it in there and it will get water with soap in it. We obviously will rinse it later and hopefully get all the grime and sweat and whatnot of the previous user out of it. You do not want that on you. Okay, so I will be playing with this for 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe it's a bit too much, 5 to 10 minutes, but a few minutes at least, until I make sure everything is clean. Then I will go and rinse it in cold water and make sure I press on it while rinsing, so cold clean water replaces the soapy water. I do not want soap remaining in this and then staying on my face. And then just leave it out to dry, and not necessarily in the sun. I wouldn't leave it in the sun, just out somewhere where there's air movement, and it will dry out quickly. And then I will also glue this together and repair it. As you can see, water quite dirty from that. And now insert the head strap in, make sure it soaks really well, and then with a little brush make sure we clean all the grime out of it. And obviously at the end we will again rinse it in cold water and let it dry. Cleaned it up as best as I could. Next step, rinse it and let it dry. And look at that. So you really want to do this if you buy a second-hand unit, or even on your own unit from time to time. Next step for me, clean these thingies, and you see that light right there. If that would get onto the lens, it would burn the screen. So be really careful where you store this thing, because there are a lot of horror story on the net where people got their screen damaged by the sun. So watch out, that's all I'm saying. And I also obviously want to clean these things, and I'm going to try and see if I can get these things off to be able to wash them properly, because they are quite grimy. Yikes. And this is... ugh. Okay, I don't like it. Maybe this one is even worse. Yeah, it is even worse. So, alcohol and tissues to the rescue. Make sure to pop the battery cover even if batteries are good, because grime stays in here. Yikes. I want these things squeaky clean. To get this thing off, you just pull it, and now I can go wash it with soap. Obviously I'm going to do the second one exactly the same, but I'm not going to necessarily show that on video. I will show when I clean this. Actually no, I forgot to clean the inside of this for the first one. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So all of that would be hiding in here if you were to buy a second-hand unit and start using it without cleaning. Nice, isn't it? As for these things, just wash them with soapy water by squeezing and rotating them in your hand a lot, and then rinsing and drying. Next step, while everything else is drying, clean this, but be really careful with the lenses. So let's clean it, and at the same time, obviously, because I'm using alcohol, disinfect it. You never know any conditions that the seller had, and you do not want. And this is also clean now, and most importantly disinfected. Did my best to also clean the channel. You could try to clean it with a brush and just a small amount of alcohol, because that could go in and cause more trouble than it's worth. I decided not to go on that route and just made this go in as much as I could, and that's about it. Channel should be clean enough. Yes, this can also be taken off, so you could clean even better, but mine wasn't really dirty in that area, and I suspect most are not dirty in that area. I just made sure this went under it and also cleaned it there, so yeah. And the lenses, again, like you would clean your glasses. I don't give any advice on that, because if you scratch them, you are into some trouble. So now I will just wait for everything to dry up and assemble it back together. For this one, now that it's clean, I need to also glue this. So it's super glue, the gel form basically. I will put it in there and a bit on the foam itself, and it should stick everything together quite well. It's glued, and I put a bit of extra glue on top just for added strength. This glue, when it dries, it will be much flatter, so it loses a bit of its volume, and in theory we should be good to go. If not, I will find another way to strengthen this up, although I think it's just fine. This one is in good shape, cleaned, no issues whatsoever. This one, I don't really like it. I want to get rid of a bit of the fluff in this area, and this is quite badly damaged. So what I think I'm going to do is cut them here, re-drill some holes in this, and then put super glue and insert this again. I might regret this decision, and maybe I should have just fixed this area a bit. I don't even know, honestly. I'm a bit confused. Should I try to fix this area a bit first and see how it goes? Yeah, let me try that. For the first area, it's just a matter of cutting the fluff a little bit. You will not be able to make it perfect, and it will slowly come back, but at least for a while it will look better, but there is still no real danger in this area of anything. But this, I cannot cut the fluff. If I cut it, barely anything remains. So what I could do, put some super glue and make sure the fibers get back in their place. But it will be quite hard in this area, and it will show that I fixed it. But let me try this first, then directly trying to drill and make it perfect, but maybe ending up with a worse product overall. You know what? It's more than good enough for me for the time being. If I ever see this starting to rip again, then I will try to drill and insert this directly into the rubber. If not, yes, you could also glue them together up to a point. They will probably be a bit stronger, but I don't want to do that. I still have flexibility in here, and I don't think it will rip. I don't use stuff this hard like some other people that damage it. I could also put just a tiny bit of super glue on this fluff. Be careful if you are doing what I'm doing here. You have a high chance of gluing your fingers on this thing, so if you take this risk, don't blame me. I've done it many times. Sometimes, yeah, I do glue my fingers onto them, so it is what it is. Okay, good enough for my liking. Now let's reassemble everything. I hope I don't even need to tell you, do not put this anywhere close to your Quest until this is fully dried, because this tends to leave a whitish residue around it on all surfaces while it's drying. So if you get that somehow on the lenses, on the display, who knows what, it will be a mess and you will destroy your unit. So keep this aside while it is drying. So a bit later I'm starting to reassemble these things. How was it? I think like this somehow. Yes, most likely. So I've taken out the battery for the one that was badly damaged, because they have letter on it, so this means it's for left hand. Okay, I guess. And now I can put back the battery. As you can see, I'm a noob. And I didn't want to start searching online how the one for left hand looks like compared to the one for right hand. I preferred to know exactly from which one I took this damaged one, and now it's kind of good to go. Okay. Interesting. This does not that well fit my fingers in here, does it? Oh, because I'm an idiot. Sorry. Live and learn. Okay, got it. Nice. Do the same, obviously, with the other one. Ah, and this thing actually locks in there. No, it doesn't. It locks in here. So it just has something that you can grab it by, so you can wash it or replace it. Understood. Kind of makes sense now. Nice. And this thing, obviously, your hand goes through it. And this is slidable. And you slide it back on your hand so you don't drop it. I'm showing you just because maybe you are as noob as me if you are watching how to clean this thing from start. Or maybe you bought it new and it's the first time you are cleaning it. You didn't buy second hand. So that's that. Let's put everything else back. Let's see. So I'm guessing this is top. Okay, that means that this is, and you can see it looks much better. You can slide this inside in there, so you have at least one end properly in, and then slowly go all the way in. Or maybe we can start from the front. Could be easier because we have better access at the back than at the front. Yes, I think it's better. Start from the front and then squeeze it all the way in at the back. It's done. Also this one from the front. Make sure it goes in and it's locked. Perfect. Much better looking than what it was when I bought them. Then this thing needs to go through the hole, comes up on the other side hopefully, and obviously here you need to adjust it yourself to your head size, so that depends a lot on you. But now at least mine isn't yucky anymore. Yes, it's a bit annoying that this is a bit bent. Maybe I can hit it up and persuade it to stay down, but it's not as yucky as it was when I bought it. Not perfectly new, but disinfected and as clean as I could ever get it. Now I will just wait for the glue to dry in the nose area and then put everything back in, and should be done. And this thing is dried. As you could see, this is what I'm talking about, that white mist. It makes it when it dries up, so do not risk to put it close to your unit before it's dried. So next step, kind of make sure you have enough room and lock it in place in the lower part. Then obviously lock it in place in the top part. And it's locked. Oh, I think it jumped out of the lower part. Now it's locked also here. And we are done. It's cleaned up as best as it was humanly possible. It's not new, but it's not gunked up. It's not yucky, and it doesn't look damaged in any way. So yeah, that's about it. Hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.